Hey there, everybody. Welcome back. I'm just doing a little recording here on Project Castaway version 1.49. In this episode, I plan to do a little more on showing you how to farm, how to have enough water, and how to grow your crops better. In my first episode of this, I showed how I built this base and what I purchased set to get yourself started. So you're pretty much sufficient from there on out. Where I'm at right now, I pretty much don't have to worry about. We'll have a steady supply of bananas here very soon. At least have a tree a day, in the time it takes for them to grow, which is 3 bananas a day. And then I've also started to set up some small farm plots outside, and I've also started to, I believe, set up some large stick farming plots. Yeah, right there. So I have set myself up with a small base. And like I said in this episode, I want to cover a little more with farming and how to have an infinite amount of water and how to do your farm right. And what I do anyway, or what I use. Like I said in the first episode, I use the clay brewing pots, which are right here. These brewing cups. I use these brewing cups, and I put usually one on each plant potter. So when the plant is up, and if it's not raining, I can immediately just turn around and put that on there, and then I have water for it. And then this game, it'll pretty much rain every day after you get past the first week, from what I've seen. I don't know if that's something that's going to change later. In this episode too, I also want to get into doing a little furnace smelting. So I will show you how to do the furnace smelting. All your metals and stuff, they all need to have a tin with them when you smelt them to get them. As I work my way up through the better weapons. The only thing I really done off camera before I started was I cooked a little bit of food, and I got a drink and ate some of that food, and that's pretty much about it. It started raining, and I'm pretty much back to continuing to work on building up more of my farm. So there's a couple things I do want to get done. Like I said, here was the large stick farm I have going. Trees are the best way to start your farming and start getting your farming skill up. They generally don't get disease. They're easy to grow. They just take a while unless you add fertilizer. Now I can add some compost to these and speed this up, but I don't really need to at this moment. But what I do want to do is I want to work on building a large stick holder over here, because this will make large sticks for me. And I want to put it right here on the corner. And then on this side, I do want to build a small stick holder, because at some point in the future, I will have I will be farming small sticks as well, which I do have a couple laying around here, so I can clean up a little bit. Okay, so that is built, and then I'm just going to put what ones I have in there. And then these large sticks, I want to take them over to the large holder. And work on getting that set up. And as time goes, there'll just be a place where I know I will always have, I can store the resources and always have them for when I need them. Okay, so that is set up. And now the next thing I guess I want to do is I want to work on, in the end of my last episode, I started building some small farms, and I planted some lemongrass, which is also very good to start getting your farming skill up. As you see, I had used the compost when I had originally planted these, when I planted them, and they both have grown now, and it takes about half a day to a day, I believe, to grow, depending on which one you choose. They both have grown. They're both ready to be harvested. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and harvest this one up real quick and free this potter section open here. I think there's about 10 or so in a bunch. Well, actually, I probably just restart my grow here of them, and then I'll clear the other one as well. And when I clear the other one, then I will use that for something else. I do like to tend to have like one of each plant growing at all times, because once it is grown, it won't be affected with pests or nothing. It's only during the process of it growing that it does get affected by pests and will end up giving you a problem. And this lemongrass is good as well. You can also make drinks with it, make like a lemon drink with it, and it is really dark. But I do want to get that planted, and since it is raining, it's already watered and ready to go. Now if I throw some compost on that, it'll half the amount of time it takes to grow, and I won't have to worry about it potentially getting any disease or any pests in the course of that grow if I speed it up. You always want to grow your stuff as fast as possible. And I just heard my bird trap. I just got a seagull got caught, so my traps are still working. 3 traps will pretty much do you. You really don't need more than that. I mean, you could almost probably just get by on 1 trap. I mean, I'm at a point now where I have sustainable food indefinitely, as long as I just go around and do the things I need to do. Because I can indefinitely harvest large sticks now that I got some large stick trees growing. Only thing I don't have unlimited supply of really is logs, which I'm going to be using a lot of logs here. I still have to finish my farming plot, and I will have to construct some sort of raft. Okay, I was about to say, why is this taking so long? My inventory's full. I was busy talking and not paying attention. But yeah, I do have to sustain some logs and work on building a raft. I tend to keep all of my seeds or berries or whatever it is that I'm growing, root, over here, so that I know that, okay, this is growing it, and this is going to continue to keep growing it, and then this will be my inventory on each one as I go. I just want to hurry up and clear this one out now that I got the space to store it, and I want to drop those off. It would be nice if the sun was to come out so I could see what I was doing. That would help. Yeah, I have not built any lighting sources or anything. I'm usually pretty stingy on the scrap metal to use it for the radio tower that you end up having to fix up there. It needs a lot of scrap metal, so I tend not to go breaking up my metal sheets and using it for that. What I all got on me. I know it's really, really dark. I'm sorry that you can't see it. I'm struggling seeing it. I'm just going off of what it shows me on top in each slot. Okay, so I got some bird beaks. I can use those. I continue to use those for compost along with the banana leaves, because they are basically an indefinite supply of resources to use. And then I will want to build a second water catcher, probably right here at some point, where I do have a couple brewing cups. And what I was talking about with the clay cups, as you can see, I already have some placed right here right now. And then I just keep those for when I restart the plant. If it's not regrowing, like when I started this one, I can simply take that cup and put it on there. Now I did, like I said, I just first built these, so I hadn't really put the, I need to take 2 of these brewing cups and put them over there. And that would be how I would, actually I'll just do that right now. And then that would be how I would have it. Again, not thinking I can't see. You can split coconuts and use coconuts for this, because like I say, I have a sliced coconut here. And I can't see nothing. Maybe I grabbed sliced coconuts. That's probably what it was of what I grabbed. You can use the sliced coconuts for the same thing. They will hold water once you split them open, but then you can't drink them if you need them. As far as I know, they don't have an expiration. So I've always just kind of hang on to them for emergency supplies, emergency food and water. If I tend to leave the island and go to explore new islands, I like to have a couple on hand. But of course, every island has palm trees on it. You can grab coconuts at any of them. So that's not really a big issue. It shouldn't be anyway. But if you're out on the boat and you're on a longer trip, you might want to have some with you. Okay, so I got some more stuff I still need to get rid of. Yeah, see, I haven't been able to really see in my inventory because it's been so dark. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of working in the dark, trying to do the best I can here. Just kind of have to bear with me a little bit. We should have some light here very soon, I would think. kinds of food on me. That's probably going to start rotting on me, actually. But that's all right. I can always use the rotted food in the compost. So if it wants to, it can. It's not going to hurt my feelings. Like I said, I'm pretty sustainable when it comes to having food and water right now. I have a steady meat source. I have a steady fruit source. So the bananas, vegetable fruit source. I have that going. And I have some water. Once I get a second water catcher, then my water will be pretty sustainable regardless for indefinite, with how often it rains in this game, an indefinite amount of time. Actually, I don't know where I was storing rocks before. I know this place is kind of a mess. I kind of got stuff just thrown around. But I've been spending more time just getting ready. I guess I want to get back to collecting some logs. I want to get this these other 2 farm plots at least built. I'd really like to get about 6 more of them built. Of course, that is one of the glitches in the game, is in the bottom right corner there. It's not showing, it's not keeping up on my durability. There it goes. I just have to refresh it. I'm sure it's one of those things that's in the process of being fixed. Like I said, this game is still in development, so I'm a big fan of the Stranded Deep, so this game, you know, worked really good for what I like in a game. Just the survival tech aspects of it. Of course, it does not have the doesn't have the boss battles, but that doesn't mean nothing. I mean, just surviving the elements is a challenge all on its own. Like, my character's even getting cold right now because I've been out in the rain, talking to you all, and just basically getting stuff set up, and not really just getting to doing what I need to do here. I will probably have to go and warm up though very soon. But with every tree you have coconuts, so coconuts, you know, they don't really, they're you got a lot of them to work with. So using them for farming or using them for, whether you use them for farming or you use them for your garden, your stuff that you're growing, it doesn't really matter. You're in good shape. I mean, you'd have to go through a lot. Now, logs, I could definitely see somebody going through all the logs really easy. Especially if you build a large home. If you build multiple stories, you're going to probably need to be bringing logs back. When you go out to other islands, you're probably going to have some log carriers and bring them back with you as you come back. I don't know if I will get into raft building for sure by the end of this. That's kind of the last thing on my list of things to do right now. I'm basically just setting up a very sustainable home where I can have a large variety of stuff that I'm growing. Just finishing up on those aspects of just having a really solid, strong start and not having to worry about anything. So like I said, I'm just lugging back lumber now and getting ready to start that. Start up a couple more farm plotters, maybe get some a little different variety of some stuff growing. My axe is probably almost done. Yep. like another tree or two left in it. Might have a few more than that even. Now this is one of the plants I do want to start, this Hawaiian blueberry plant. Because it is a way to farm sticks. It gives you the most sticks when farming them. I'm just kind of dancing around to make sure I get everything. So it is a way to start farming small sticks. So that is something I will actually probably want several of those plants going. Matter of fact, I will actually work on getting that started now. Personally, I would like to have about 4 of them going, so then I have an indefinite supply of large sticks. Or small sticks, I mean. Sorry, my bad. So I have just a massive supply. Every time I go to bring any of them in, I have small sticks, bam, right there. Give me a nice little farming plot going. Alright, there we go. Got those set up, so now I want to get these berries planted while it is raining. Thinking I only had 3 of them, so that's fine. That's a good start. I can work with that. There's other stuff I wouldn't mind planting actually as well, but having at least 3 to start, that'll work. Okay, there they are. I was like, I know I had feathers around here somewhere. Get my character some food real quick, some water. Warm them up a little. I am at 96.7, so definitely in need of a little bit of a warm up. And like I said, I haven't got into building a lot of the interior structures on the home, or don't have the blueprints to build them. I would love to have a smoker, but the smoker does take several days to smoke your food. And now I'm just waiting to finish warming up. Actually, what I will do is I will show you how to make the lemon drink. I don't know if I showed this in the first one, but this is how you can make the lemon drink. You use a piece of lemongrass and the brewing cup, and you'll put the brewing cup on there, and then you'll take the lemongrass and drop it on there, and now you have a lemongrass tea. And then when you make coffee, you do the same thing. Instead of without the lemongrass, you use a coffee berry. It does take a little bit, but I do notice that you can also always keep this on, like when it's done, just turn the oven off, like turn the fire off and leave it on there, and it'll stay boiling indefinitely. So that's another one of them bugs right now. Yeah, it's one of those bugs that I imagine will get fixed at some point. It'll eventually cool off. But the last time I checked is once it's boiling and your meter's all the way up on it and it's ready, it's all fresh. You just extinguish your fire and leave it on there, it'll keep saying it's fresh and boiling for a longer time. So what I want to do here real quick before I go back out is I'm going to recycle this granite axe up. And get that, so I got a fresh axe, and then I really want the pickaxe because I am going to go get some metals and I'm going to show you a little bit on this furnace. And I probably need to grab some more sticks at some point too, and I need to build a door. But we'll get there. We'll get there. I have shelter. That's all that matters. It's whether or not there's a door is a different story, but I have a shelter. So I'm going to sleep for about 4 more hours, get a little bit of more of my energy back. As you see, my energy was already getting really low really fast. So just try to recoup a little bit, let it get light out, so then everybody can see what is going on a little better. Okay, sorry about that. I had to look at a quick message. I am going to save it now that I've made a little more progress. And it was about 3 days ago when I made the first part of this, so so it's been about 3 days since I thought about this game. So if I tend to forget things, please don't get upset with me. It's been 3 days. As you can see now, I don't no longer have a timer on these. The timer is gone, like this one. So these are done. So you're able to go and harvest them. And as you can see, I get 3 bananas. I didn't have to do nothing but wait. And these I like to use for compost, for when I do the smaller stuff over here, which I did not put any compost on any of these Hawaiian blueberry plants. I probably should, but I do want to plant some bananas here real quick. Okay, and then I get this one here, and then I should have pretty much a banana tree for every day for the amount of time it takes to grow them. As soon as they're watered, I did not put the cup of water on them. I am not stressing on it. I have ample supplies. With the way I set it up, I have, like I said, a lot of food. I mainly ate that to top off my food a little bit, and I was getting kind of low there. Okay, so now I'm going to go out and find some metals. Grab a quick drink on my way out. Alright, so to find the next metals I need would be silver and tin. So I can make bronze actually. I would need copper and tin to make the bronze. But I think I am going to probably skip to the silver and tin. Regardless, I need tin. So I'm going to pretty much sit here and gather as much as this tin as I can. Fill my bag up. Tin is one of the ones you're going to need the most of in the game. So grabbing as much of it as you can and just having it on hand ready is a good idea, to have a bunch of tin on hand with you. Alright, so let me see how much my pickaxe is. It's at 53%. Yeah, today it's not really wanting to keep up with it. Should be getting pretty full though. Go a little bit more. Alright, so my pickaxe is pretty much done. So I need to go rebuild it. It's in all the way out there. Rebuild it or make it better. I don't know if I reached the next level of being able to construct the bronze or silver pickaxe. do I got here? Got granite. Okay, so now I have a bunch of tin. I'm going to leave my tin right here, though, because, like I said, it's used in pretty much everything, so... Never hurts to have a bunch of it close by to your smelter. And the more that you're mining stuff, the more your mining level goes up, so... It's not really a bad thing if you go and collect the whole inventory of it like I just did, and just, you know, get a bunch of it at once and just kind of power through the leveling process instead of just going and getting a little bit. The same thing like when I in the previous episode when I went and got clay. I just grabbed a whole bunch of it at once. And then I built a bunch of cups, and then at some point again I will likely go and grab another big, you know, just a whole inventory full of clay, and then keep that. I'd like to go and grab bigger parts of it like that, do like a bigger shopping spree of it. Okay, what did I not pick up? Did I not pick up the stone? I need a pickaxe, stone, granite. Oh, okay, I lost one of my granite shards that time in the rebuild, which is fine. I'm not really worried about it. I probably won't need to build another granite pickaxe. This will probably be the last one I build, so it's fine. Eat me another piece of this meat real quick. Even though I don't really need it, but it's either I eat it or it's going to go bad, so I like to try to eat as much of it as fast as possible. And plus I have 3 more pieces right here. Okay, so I had a spade, yeah, right there. I'm going to drop the bow there, and I'm going to grab the spade. I'm also wanting to grab some potatoes while I'm out. Potatoes and ginger. Okay, so here is some ginger. This is good for poisoned, if you get poisoned by the Komodo dragon. You can grow this. And over here is some potatoes. Potato plant. I don't like to dig them all up right away, just because, like I said, once the plants are grown, you're not on the clock. As soon as you harvest them, that's when you go on the clock, and you cannot... you go on the clock, and it'll go bad, and it'll end up being compost if you have too much of it, more than what you can eat. I've already got more than what I can eat with the banana trees now and the bird snares. Like I said, I've got 3 pieces of bird meat in my inventory, and I still got 3 more right there. I got 1 on the grill that's not cooked yet, so I'm not really too worried about that. Okay, so over here I want to start a potato plant, and then I want to start a ginger plant. And the ginger, I will leave some of it here like I did before, so I have inventory of it here while I'm growing it. And the potatoes, unfortunately, I cannot leave them there because they do rot. So they're pretty much, I can cook them and eat them, or I can eat them raw. But for as far as what they are right now, they will rot. So I'll throw a little compost on these, and I'll show you how much. They'll probably be done as soon as I put this on it. Yeah, see, now it's done. It cuts your grow time in half. And actually, the one I want it on is this one. That one, and on my ginger. Just basically loading all these ones up. Okay, so let's get back into this here. I do believe I planted this one, didn't I? Okay, no I did not. Okay, so I'm going to take these 2 waters. I'm going to bring them over here. And this is how you can use the half coconuts to water your plants, to have enough water for your agriculture, just like that. And like I said, it works the same way with the brewing cups, except for the brewing cups won't cost you a coconut that you could use later on down the road. So now these are both ready to go. They're both set to grow as fast as possible. The ginger obviously takes a pretty good amount of time, 70 hours. And then that's still open. And then I do have plenty of lemongrass for a long time, and I still got some open spots to go. So, the next thing I want to do is I want to grab, I'm going to clean up my inventory. Probably be the best to start with. Let's see here. Do I got anything to get rid of? No. Just a bunch of potatoes and stuff. Alright. And to show you, you can cook the potatoes and stuff, I will actually just cook one right here right now. As far as everything that's in my inventory, I pretty much can have it cooked. I am going to have food and stuff start going bad here soon. And as far as I know, this doesn't overboil or ever get to a point where you have to take it off there, really. I mean, obviously I can at any time if I want to. I might here in just a second. And now I have a cooked potato. I'm going to throw those on there. Put that up there. Just cook up these last potatoes. Just use my disassembly table here as a little platform. Put my Komodo skin there because I don't have a tanning rack right now, so I can't really turn it into leather. Alright, so that is how you can cook up your potatoes. And I mean, you can eat them raw too, I believe. But like I said, you can cook them just like so. And then you can sit there and eat them, and they restore, like I said, your vegetable and your hunger. Stuck on the wall there a little bit. Walking into the wall, I would say stuck. Okay, so now I'm off on my next gathering mission here. I guess I'll show you how to make some browns real quick. We can do some browns. So basically, you're going to want to mine out your copper, just like we did with the tin right next to it. Say stop for a second here, give my guy a little breather. At least my durability meter is working, so that makes it a little easier. Again, stop, let my stamina recover, pick up what I can. Okay, so that should be enough copper to do anything I want with. You cannot plant the yucca trees. You do have a nice little patch of them here, but you cannot plant them. I do believe there's a gooseberry in here. Yeah, there's a gooseberry here. You can plant this. It will give you one, well, this one gave me 3. Normally it gives about 1 stick on harvest. So if anything, I'll run back and get that planted right now. And obviously the exclamation points, they're all the mission objectives that are up there on top of the tower. I have not yet gone on top of the tower and even progressed in the gameplay part at all yet, really. I've just been focusing on setting this up, showing you everything I can as far as just having a base and having it sustainable, and you'll never have to worry about, you know, there's certain aspects that of the game, as long as you're by your base, you do not have to worry about anything with those aspects. Okay, so I'm going to grab, fill up my sticks, and I'm going to come in here and we're going to show you how to smelt up some copper. So I need some tin. Okay, so we're going to make up 6 bars, so I'm going to do 3 and 3. So you're going to need a copper and a tin, and then a tin here and a tin here. Then you're going to put a copper in with each one of those. Okay, and then you should be ready to rock and roll. Close it up. Just wait it out here real quick. Usually if the time's really low, it's going to form impure blocks, but I think this should work right. Yeah, there we go. So now I have bronze ignites. And I will make 3 more. Copper, copper, copper. And tin, tin, tin. And I'm going to drop off these other metals that I have. So eat me up a potato really quick while I'm here. And there we go, I got 3 more. So that is how you smelt, just using the tin with everything. So when I go get silver and I go get gold, there's some silver over on the far side of the island over there. On the other side of this rock, there's some silver in the water, and then that little lump right there on that corner, that is gold actually. So there is gold there as well. Like I said, but I'm just first into the Bronze Age, so I can make the golden stuff, but I can't use it. Okay, so we get that disassembled. And I don't know where it went. There's a piece of granite somewhere on me, but it's hiding. I don't know. Okay, well, I'll figure it out in a second here. So I want to build the bronze pickaxe. And then the granite spade and the granite pickaxe, they can all go. Everything granite can go. Oops. That can go. Again, I'm not really sure where it went. It's got to be hiding behind something. It obviously is. Okay, I need the bronze spade. Okay, so now I got a spade with an elongated handle on it versus the little handheld one. And give me a bronze axe. So I got the bronze spade and the bronze axe and the bronze pickaxe. So that will be, it's a nice little upgrade. The gold is a nice step up. I also do want to add some more compost here. Like I said, these leaves work great for compost. So as you're harvesting your bananas on your daily, you can use these leaves to feed your compost pile. I'm about to say I should have been full. Okay. So my compost pile is filled back up. My banana trees are planted. Actually, I want to get this one watered. And I get this one watered. Alright, so as you can see, I've got my potato plant does have pests of some kind. Has flying pests. I do not have the recipe yet in order to try to fix that. So I'm kind of SOL on doing anything with it. All I can kind of do is hope that it makes it. And then some manure I had over there. Put it over here by the compost pile. It was probably dark when I threw stuff down and I didn't remember where I had it, so I could see how I'd easily do that. Always keeping an eye on that, your food and your drink. I would think this is gonna make it, but we'll find out. A lot of times they can die in the course of this, so if it does, then I don't have a way to plant the potatoes unless I go and dig up another potato. Okay, so my clay shards. So the last time around I used them all up. The bronze ignites I don't need anymore. I have the weapons that I need to make from them. And on this island, I don't think there's any other danger that I can't take care of with an axe by itself, so I'm not really too worried about trading off. Now, if I was going to another island, I would definitely want to trade and have my bow with me, because there is cats and stuff on other islands. Predators, more Komodos, and more cats. And yeah, they will. You do have to watch out for them. They will sneak up on you. I really would like to get a couple more farm plots built, because there is a lot of different there's a good variety of stuff that you can grow in this game, so I wouldn't mind to I like to keep like at least one of everything growing that's fully grown and healthy, so I know at any given time I will have at least one harvest of that type of whatever I grew. Like even with these berry trees, like I said before, now that I can grow them, as you can see, I'm going to harvest one here. Just to show you that, look, I get sticks every time, so it's a renewable resource for sticks. And then I have berries. And then I can eat these berries or I can replant them. In this case, I'm just replanting them and waiting on the next rain. And then I'm going to take my one extra berry I have and just leave it here. It will not go bad on me, so I don't have to worry about, you know, making sure I eat it or consume it in a certain amount of time. Okay, so I think my next project is to go find some silver. Basically, I'm just taking the whole beginning part of this game and just leveling up a lot of my skills, my attacks, everything that I could potentially need. I think this one's clay and the one to my right is silver. Yeah, it's clay. And this here can come back too. This is another plant you can grow. This is used in one of the pesticides, the starfish plant. And then that is silver, I believe. Yes. So when I get back, I can work on making some silver ingots to use to make weapons. Just kind of cleaning up my mess a little bit. Like I said, it will soon have to worry about working on collecting my parts here to start building a raft to explore these other islands. Grab some seaweed while I'm here. Might as well. I have not picked none of that up yet. I do believe that can be used in healing, and I don't know if it's used in any food, but I do know it's used in a healing wrap. But me personally, I think the palm frond wrap is better, but maybe that's just my personal opinion. I think it lasts longer. And I've never seemed to have a problem with worrying about infection or anything in this game from getting hurt, outside of if you get poisoned. So I'm going to be making my way back. I want to start bringing back these tires and these barrels. Anytime you go out, you always want to try to make sure you're at least carrying something back, because there's a lot of stuff you have to carry back you cannot put into your inventory, so it's always good to have your hands full with something when you're coming back, whether it's logs, large sticks, turtle shell, rocks, something you're going to use. You're making the trip back anyway, because basically you're spending the whole game running out, getting supplies and coming back, so everything you can bring back with you at a time is beneficial. See, with 2 tires I can already build one section of my raft, and then I do have some barrels somewhere. There's one there, and then I think there's another one over here somewhere. And I haven't even got to the part yet in the game where you want to start breaking down the furniture and stuff that is laying around. You definitely want to break down every single piece of this that you come across. Bunch of sticks there. Filled up. Like I said, always bringing something back with you. Anytime you see something that needs to come back with you at some point or another, whether you need it right now or not, just bring it back and have it around somewhere. And then just try to stay semi-organized. It'll help you out along in the long run if you can. I'm not the best organized person out there, but I'm a work in progress. Okay, so now I have some silver and some seaweed. I'm going to drop my seaweed by my stove here. And let's see here. I want to go plant my little starfish plant here. I think I had an extra potter still. Maybe, maybe not. No, I did not. See, it's what I get for thinking. Easily fix though. Alright, so let's get the starfish planted. And I really need to make some more brewing pots. That is another thing on my to-do list. More brewing pots, and these trees are ready to be harvested. So we're going to hurry up and harvest them out real quick. You definitely want to make sure you keep up on any supplies if you can. The whole point of this is to have a bunch of large sticks. Okay, so now I'm going to go through and replant everything. And then you can also use this bark in your compost if you start to get a bunch of it. As you can see, I already have enough to do everything I need to do with it. And then use my brewing cups and get them started. Come down here. And this is why I need to go get more clay, so when I do this on the other side, I can plant stuff and then immediately start growing it. Alright, so now all my stick farm is back and going again. And then I wanted to make some silver, so let's grab 3 tin. And not throw my axe on the ground. So for silver, we're going to do just like we did for the bronze. Add 1 piece of silver for each. 1 piece of tin for each. And I probably need to go get more wood. Yes. Maybe I hit the wrong button? Yeah, that's what's going on. I hit the wrong button. Okay, so I have my tin and my silver. Start that smelting. And we're just going to stand here and wait for a minute. Just about done. And there we go. We have our silver ingots. And if I wanted to, I could easily make more. I know you need to make more in this game. There is, to make the plane, you need like 25 of them. Okay, so I should be ready to go again. I have 3 silver, 3 tin. Fill it back up with wood. And let it go. Now, I gotta see, do I have the ability to craft stuff with silver yet? I can make a silver pickaxe. And I can make the silver axe. So I should be able to make the silver spade as well. Alright. So I can upgrade all of my tools. And there we go. 3 more pieces of silver. Okay, so I want to upgrade all my tools again to silver now. So as you just see, we're just going through the steps. Just upgrading our weapons and tools. This is why this disassembly table is so important. Okay, so let's go and build new stuff. Alright, so now I have all silver weapons and tools. I guess the next thing on my list is going to be to go and get gold. Give me 1 second here. I got to respond to somebody real quick. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's see here. The next step is to get gold, and by the time I mine the gold, I should probably be able to build it. To me, the whole bronze, silver, gold weapons thing is kind of pointless because it's almost redundant in a way a little bit to me, because by the time, like you just seen, I went from the bronze to the silver. By the time I'm done with the silver, I'll be able to easily build the gold. I just hit another mining level right there. And that might have been all I needed for the gold. I'm not 100% sure. I know it puts you really close if it doesn't put you over. And then it's just going to be a matter of going back and doing the exact same thing we just did with the bronze and the silver weapons and tools. Just another course of resmelting and remaking the weapons. And did I not take out the silver before? No, I didn't. Well, that would explain it. My bad, I forgot to drop my silver. Bring some of this stuff closer. Okay, so let's get rid of some stuff here. We gotta get rid of the silver. We don't need that right at the moment. We would obviously need to smelt a whole bunch of silver, though. I do believe it is like called for 25 bars of silver to make the fuel tank on the airplane. So I have some gold shards. So I'm going to turn around with the gold shards here. And I'm just going to drop them on the ground. I don't like preloading stuff in here. So I'm simply just going to drop them on the ground. And that's enough gold to make the gold bars I will need. I just don't know if I have enough fuel in there. No, there's not enough in there. And let me check real quick. Am I able to make the weapons with it yet? Crafting level 8, mining level 8. So I am not quite there. But I don't think it's far off. I think my mining just hit level 7. And I'm not sure right offhand without going in and looking what my crafting is at. But my crafting, I can easily get that up. I just got to make some more of these brewing cups for water for my farm, which I needed to do anyway. And the clay is pretty easy to mine. Which here is my clay right here. And this silver pickaxe, as you see, it just cuts through it like it's nothing. And you do have, you know, 2 nodes of this on the island, like I showed you the other one that is in the beach straight ahead, like straight out from where I'm looking. And I am completely out of energy. I've done so much running around. As you can see, I have tons of clay to work with. The silver pickaxe just cuts right through it compared to that stone one. Okay, so then I simply just want to get into making a bunch of these brewing cups. I have tons of clay, so there's my crafting level 8. Okay, so that was as many of them as I could make. So let's make some more. So there was my crafting level 8. I got to that right away. So that is maxed out on crafting. And like I said, these work great for having water, especially if you have sticks. You'll have a pretty much indefinite supply of water for what you can drink anyway. And you'll have water for growing your crops and stuff, so it works out really good. And it speeds runs your crafting abilities. And then I'm just going to destroy the rest of this real quick. Because I am going back to rebuild gold weapons anyway. Alright, I think I got a whole inventory full of cups, so I'm pretty good on cups. Then I should be able to get my second water collector here very soon. I just need to go through the process of setting it up. Uh-oh. There's a spider or something coming from me. I hear it. It didn't stay following me though, but it's out there. Okay, so I did not grab more sticks. Not enough sticks. Okay, there's a couple things I want to do while I'm getting sticks. I want to get some sticks so I can go smelt my gold. And then I have a whole bunch of my brewing cups to put out. I'm just going to go around and just divide them out. So anytime I do harvest something like I did earlier, if it's not raining, I can easily just add the cup of water to it. The potato, as you can see, my one potato went rotten already that I had cooked. That's the one thing I wish that stuff like your potatoes and stuff would last a little bit longer. I mean, cooked I can understand, but when it's not cooked, it'll expire at the same pace. So it's probably one of those things that just isn't finished yet in the game. Okay, so I got all these brewing cups. I'm going to add an additional few brewing cups over here. I probably want to expand this at some point just a little bit more. I'm not really worried about it right yet. I do want to make sure I had adequate, basically 2 handfuls of sticks for me every time I go through a harvest. It's kind of what I want, so you can pick up 6 at a time. So it's 1, 2, 3. There's 1 handful of these 3, and then I need to build 1 more, and then I would have 2 large handfuls of sticks every time I harvest, and then I have enough water to immediately start them all again. And then as far as these extra ones go, I'm just going to set them here for when I expand out further on this, but let them start collecting water now. So when I do start, I have water for the next set of my plants that I'm going to grow. And I should not need any more cups. that should pretty much do it. I think I'll use these last couple. They're going to be pretty much to go out here with my drinking reserve cups. And honestly, I'm going to move them right next to the steps here. And work on getting my my next water collector set up. It is 8 large sticks. I don't think I have 8. Got 6. A rope. Banana leaves. There's 2. And then I can cut down one of my banana trees for the other 2. Hey, if you're still watching, you like this game, make sure you like and subscribe. I could use all the support from any followers as possible. Really appreciate it. I'm trying to help my channel get a little bit bigger here. And then I can simply use that, and bam, it started growing. So, like I said, if it's done right, just with 4 banana trees, you can have 1 for every single day. As a matter of fact, my character right now is hungry. So just to top everything off, I'm going to eat one of the last pieces of bird meat I had and one of those bananas. And that should top off everything outside of my water. And I can grab the last little drink of water I got in there. I got a sip left for later. And I need some large sticks. So take care of those real quick. And I have no energy at all. And all I need left is a turtle shell. So my stamina is regenerating about as slow as it possibly can. I have low, my sanity is low, and my energy is completely tapped out. So I'm going to try to take this turtle on. And I do like how the little crabs don't really hurt you in this. Probably just could have just grabbed my arrows. You know what? That is what we're going to do. Because I don't want to chase them. I don't need to carry this on me, but I can use this. And then my stamina and all that isn't going to really matter. Alright, so let's get back here. Well, I got him in the foot. There we go. Now you'll see what happens here. If it's what's happened before is now the other one that's stuck in his foot. Okay, I can still grab it. If I would have harvested the turtle without grabbing the one out of his foot, the one would fall through the map. And I would lose the arrow. But in that case, I got them both back because I was been kind of checking that out. I've had it happen more than once where I've lost the arrows on the bottom side and they fall through the map. They clip through the floor and then they're gone. Alright, so that is set up and that is ready to go. All that stuff is good. I'm going to go through and harvest my sticks here. I'm going to be revamping my weapons anyway here, so I might as well just use up what last I got. get these restarted. Okay, so drop that. We don't need that anymore. And this is almost done. And I can use this. And just going to get into a little more of the farming here. Okay, so all the stuff that's waiting to be watered, we can add compost to it right now. So as soon as it rains, it will take off. So this is kind of the best time to plant, is when it's all dry. Because as soon as that timer starts, your chance for disease or anything like that starts. So if you can take care of it before that timer starts, it can be very helpful. And let's see, my ginger is done growing and my potatoes are done. So what I'm going to do with this as well while I'm here, since they have disease, I only got 2 as you see from that. So I will take one and restart it right away. And it's going to go right into my cycle of my farming here. And if you are playing the earlier version, I may have showed you this before. I did in the first episode, but if you take a coconut, not necessarily a sliced coconut, just a full one, you can go around and I could water every last one of these plots with just one coconut. There's a glitch to where it can be used for water right now. I imagine it will be fixed at some point, but in this it is just, you can use it over and over and over again in watering your plants. So this part of the game is not crazy exciting, but this is how you this is how you get it done. It's out of compost. Well. What is that? That is the granite I was looking for earlier. I knew I had it. It was in my inventory somewhere. It was hiding right there. Okay, so I want to dump that. I want to carry that around. I don't need these carry any more coconuts around. The meat and the potato I can probably put on the fire pot here until I get ready to warm up, or I wish to cook them. I don't need to warm up right now. My temperature, as you can see, is right where it's supposed to be. That's bronze. Here's some more bronze ones. We'll just throw those there. We're just going to start stacking bars of metal. And then I needed to make gold. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's start smelting out some gold real quick. There we go. And in just a moment we'll have 3 gold bars. And then I'll be able to build my 3 gold weapons. And at the same time I'll probably smelt up 3 more bars. And then I'm already more wealthier on an island by myself than I would ever be in a working society. Now keep in mind there is recipes, or I mean recipes, blueprints for better weapons out in the game you can find as you go to other islands. In this series we have not yet adventured other islands. We haven't even built a boat yet. It is on the to-do list. It's just I have not yet needed to do it. And then I can show you a easy way to build your boat so that you have so that you can bring logs back as well. If you are, you know, if you do want to use a lot of logs for building stuff, yeah, you'll have to bring logs back, imagine, at some point. Okay, so I want to grab a couple more small sticks here. Need a little more wood for the smelter. And I want to make me 3 more gold bars. Like I said, you just use a piece of tin with everything that you make. And that's all you need to do. That and have the fuel in the back. And with the gold, it'll say 14 minutes. If it doesn't say anything other than 14 minutes, then you're probably going to have non-pure bars, unless it's a different metal. For gold, it's got to be 14 minutes. So. And then while I'm here, I want to build my next level of weapons and tools, the gold pickaxe. Okay, I can't build the gold spade yet because I'm not at farming level 8, but I am probably not far away. The golden axe. And then I'll just remake a silver one for right now. As soon as I get the supplies for it. And then I have 3 gold bars right there. So that is how you smelt up your metals. Silver spade. Alright, so we covered the smelting, we covered some of the farming stuff. The farming stuff obviously is one of those things that's just going to keep going as time goes. And you kind of keep expanding to it depending on what you need and what you want to keep on hand available at your living space. Right now I am short on stuff for compost. Or was. I have this banana tree. Basically I'm just cutting this down for the compost needs right now. As far as the food needs from it, they're not really needed. But I do need the compost in order to compost on the rest of the stuff in my garden area and my small potters behind me. Just stack all that stuff up over there. Whoops. And of course, you know, as you have foods and stuff rot, you can use them in here as well. There has been times where I just take the meat, which I probably should do that, and just throw it straight on the ground there and let it rot, so that I can use it for compost. You might be able to use it for compost too while it is still fresh. I've not actually tried. But that and the beaks. So just this right here would be 6 pieces of compost. Alright, then just set that back up. Okay, that was full. And so I know the beaks for sure, they can go in there. And then the meat itself, you know what, I'm just gonna, it's gonna go in there. The bananas. I'm gonna eat one of them. And then by the time I need more meat and stuff, I will have caught more, so should have. If that doesn't happen here immediately before I even walk away from the base. Alright, so I want to go back to doing some more of this composting work. I can use the manure, but I'm kind of trying to save it for later. It's not something I see a whole mess load of when I'm playing. And then I also need to be on the hunt for some more stuff to grow. And like I said, adding compost to your trees will speed the growth up on them. But they do take one more because they are longer grows. And that should be the last one. For what I got set up anyway. And then let's see, will it take a raw meat? Yes, it will. Will it take a raw banana? Yes, it will. There you go. You can put anything in there as long as it's organic stuff or flesh. Fruit or flesh, it'll all go in there. So I'm going to take this one banana with me just in case, but I seriously doubt I will need it. Get rid of that. Okay, so I guess my next objective, now that we've covered the smelting, we've covered some more of the farming, I need to start putting together a raft. Wait a minute. I had the wrong panel up. And I want to get me a door. Give me a nice little table here. Sit here and stare out into the sea. Okay, so now I'm going to need some more supplies. Some more logs, to be exact. Now I have this gold axe, though. It does cut through stuff a lot easier. But granted, I am still really, really taxed right now on energy and my sanity. Which in this game, like I said, it was 4 in the morning when I had full energy and sanity, and then I've already gone through it all, and then I think I even took another nap there, and I still gone through it at all. I just don't think I mean, either I'm super duper worker and burn through like what supplies my guy's body can make in a day, or it's just not really adjusted right to what I'm doing. But I am doing a lot of everywhere I'm going, I'm sprinting, and using my stamina like crazy, so. So what I think I want to grab, I'm going to grab a quick little nap here. I had a little sip of water left. Alright, so grab the sip of water I had left, and then I'm going to take a quick little nap here. About 4 hours that'll do it. At least get me a little bit of something here to work with. Because like I said, my guy was just beyond ridiculously tired. Save as usual. Any games in early development, you should save constantly. Say, I didn't think it rained. Okay, so I want to go back now to starting to collect some more supplies to work on building a raft. And then I probably also need to work on this too. Breaking down all this stuff that is along the beach to take back, and eventually we'll use it for various different things. A lot of the screws and metal will be used in repairing of that, and some processors and a heat sink, and I think there was something else too. Then here's another plant I want to bring back. I want to get those raspberries back. Then here's another one of the Hawaiian blueberry plants. In case you do mess up, I do believe there's always 2 on this plant, this island when you start. Don't quote me on that though. I think there's always 2. I know there's always one right there, right next to that rock, and the raspberry plant. Every time I've started, there's always been one there. So I would take that under good intuition that there's always 2 here to start. But I am wanting to basically come out here, grab all these tires and stuff, and work on constructing a raft. Then there's the other barrel I need. It might just be me, but I thought there was 4 barrels on this first island. I can think of 3 now. The one out there, one I got right there, and then the one I have inside. Oh, here's the little guy that was bugging me before. Alright, so he is no longer a problem. He did get a hold of me a little bit, though. So all of these are going. I got about a day and a half. And while I'm over here, I should get my last one set in and get it started too in the near future. Just kind of wanted to hurry up and cut down some of these trees and stuff while I still had the a little bit of a stamina regeneration. It's not great, but it's better than when it's totally dead. Okay, so I'm gonna run over here and grab my barrel real quick. And it's just a lot of multitasking with everything you're doing, and just collecting the supplies you need. And then I don't know if these mushrooms respawn. The big white ones are the only ones you can eat. All the rest of them are poisonous. That was one of the questions I had in the beginning. Was which ones are edible and which ones are not, because it does not tell you, but you know, it hints to, yes, something's edible here. So the big white ones are the only ones you can eat. Which you can see, my bird snare has already caught me a piece of bird meat. So by the time I was even at 3/4 of meat, so the other 2 will probably catch one here very soon. So having to worry about like your food and stuff, especially when you got like just with 3 bird snares, you're good. And then you could easily you can easily add, you know, add the crab traps. Sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought there. You can add the crab traps and stuff at some point if you really want to, or if you get the crab spear and you're having a hard time getting enough of the fresh crab bodies to put together to make the crab spear. And as far as I know, the mushrooms and stuff, they don't go bad. So you can kind of have them sitting there for indefinitely. They'll never go bad on you. And see, since I took this off the grill, it's actually, the temperature on it has started to, has gone down to normal. But what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to start this fire up, cook this last little bit of food that's on here, since I don't have any available food on my person. I'm going to throw this lemon water back on there because I really need a drink, and my water collectors are dry right now. So as you can see, I'm putting, you don't necessarily have to have the lemon in it, but I'm just going to do it just because. And reheat it back up. And then the good thing about when you do this and you heat it up is you got to watch your temperature. So if you want to go to another island and say you're going to be on the water for half a day, you could drink this before you leave to top off your thirst, and it'll really jack up your body temperature. If I remember correctly here, when I go to drink this, my body temperature should go from 98.8, it's going to go up significantly. If it works anything like it does when it's on Celsius. Okay, so it is boiling. I'm going to drink that. See, now I'm at 101.1. So my body temperature is up. I haven't seen any problems with body temperature being too high. All the problems I've ever seen is with, or that I've had, is with it getting too low. Okay, now I got a little bit of food. I'm going to eat up this banana really quick. And get back to the mission at hand here. I want to get this last tree planter growing and then start construction of a raft. And I probably ain't going to get to build the raft in this part, but I'm going to gather the materials for it. And that might be about where I'm going to stop this video, is after I gather those materials. Because my guy is really getting sluggish. Even now after I had that nap a minute ago. Like I said, I am constantly running everywhere I need to go. And I do have a nice little supply of logs here from running through and cutting some down as I've been traveling through. But I am trying to avoid building my raft out of just straight logs. That's why I've been grabbing the barrels, the tires, stuff of that nature. There's coconuts all over the place. And like I say, you'll start to get a real image here of like how excessive my coconuts are, or how they are on the island, because every tree has one. And I've already got a pile of them in there. Let's see, we can go back in here. Yeah, see, I've already got a pretty good pile of coconuts. And yeah, here's 8 more. So there is, you know, a good number of coconuts. So even using them to split open, like I did with the one, to use out here for your gardening area, is fine. I mean, it's not going to hurt nothing. You can have a number of them and it's not going to hurt nothing. But like I said, with the brewing pots, it helps boost your crafting skill. Like you see, as I topped mine out when I was making those. So I'm going to stick to using the brewing pots. That, and I imagine you can put the coconut on the stove if the water becomes stagnant in it. I would think you can. Um, I wouldn't see why you wouldn't be able to, but maybe you can't. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just keep lugging stuff back and forth, back and forth. Because when I do show you how to build this raft, likely in my next episode here is what it's looking like. I will show you how I will set it up so that you can carry logs back and you can see where you're going. Because that's one of the biggest problems in games that are similar to this is, you know, you want to bring back big supplies that you can't see through and stuff, and having to build a raft where you cannot see. I don't know if I will do the same style in this as I do in Stranded Deep. I've not tried it. I would literally have to set up a tester to try it before I would like to, you know, direct, you know, like, hey, this is a good way of doing it. Like when I do in Stranded Deep, I set up the raft kind of backwards, so my rudder actually is in the front of the boat, and I use the rudder to steer the front of the boat where I want it to go versus being in the back trying to steer the front where you want to go. So it's kind of like using it in reverse, but when you sit at your rudder, then you're able to, you can see, you know, I think with the way this one works is you can't see, when you sit at the rudder, you're not able to see behind you. And the other one, you'd basically be looking behind you and then use your rudder to guide you. But I think the way the placement is on this one, it won't allow you to do it. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, it would have to be something I would have to go into testing and see. But when I play, though, like Stranded Deep, like I said, that's one of my favorite things to do with my raft, is so I don't have to look through all the boxes and stuff in my raft where I'm trying to see where I'm going and try to identify islands and landmarks on islands that I know where they are. So I just found that it's really helpful. So I want to go and grab, let's see here, one more tire for sure. I think there's only 2 more tires on the island. I think 1 more barrel somewhere. It's supposed to be. There's a good chance it's probably in the water somewhere. The barrel. And the tire, I think, is right over here. And then I really need to make a run through and collect all this sheet metal. And definitely collect the manure. Okay, yeah, there's 2 tires because there's one right there, one right here. I can only use one of them. If I bring back the other one, it kind of has to wait until I find another tire somewhere in order to use it. But I should have a good amount of supplies here when I go to start my raft. And that was just the whole thing, is I've been trying to put together supplies and be ready for when I go to build. Then I have everything right there, and I can put it together pretty quick. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest all these seagull traps right now, and mainly it's just because I need more compost. So grabbing the beaks and such will help out with my compost issue. I know generally once I get going and there's not really a lot of stuff that I'm harvesting, and I just kind of have it there, supply, you know, I can get to it whenever I need it. I don't really go through that much that much stuff really. I won't need that much compost and stuff because I have everything right there and I'm not using it, so I don't need to keep growing it. I mean, to keep growing it, you know, once you have a handful of extras on the side, you don't really need to keep pushing on growing more and more and more, unless you're just trying to get your farming level up. But then even growing something like lemongrass is probably one of the better things to probably try to grow in that situation. Just because, like I said, you get like 10 of them when you successfully grow it with no problems, and it grows fairly quick. Throw a couple more coconuts in my pile. Oh, I got one more piece of meat to get rid of here. Then I'm going to grab me another brewing cup, another piece of lemongrass, and I will make the lemon tea one more time here. The brewing cup goes down, you just drop that in. Same thing when you make coffee. I don't know of any other drinks aside these two that are allowed to do that, but I want to put it there because it is definitely on my to cook list as soon as I go back to starting a fire. I don't need it right this second. My water is still good, and my hunger meter is still up there, and that's not going to help with my hunger meter anyway, but yeah, I don't need it right this second. I've just about got all the trees over on this side cut down. On the lower half, I still got a handful up there on top. Okay, so I don't know if I don't think the palm gives you a coconut. It just gives you some more palm fronds. But I should be able to make a pretty decent raft when I am ready. I'm not really looking to use too much wood on it, but I will be using some, I guess, because it doesn't really matter. It's not like your raft gets attacked by nothing. I mean, yeah, you'll have sharks and stuff, and you can attack them from on your raft. It's more of just a platform. And I do have a good bit of logs here ready to go. Yeah, I do have a lot of logs ready to go. Work on breaking some more of these down. Grab all that goodies and head back over this way. And I'm gonna drop off all those materials for safekeeping for when I need them later. Then I had the scrap metal over here, which all honesty, that is not gonna be a good spot for it. In other versions I've played, I'll make an upstairs, and I'll just put all this stuff, the scrap metal and all these supplies and stuff that are related to this, and I'll put that all by itself in a separate area, so that it's not conflicting with anything else. So I know that, all right, if I'm looking for, you know, any items that are, you know, screws, plastic, glass, whatever, anything like that, they'll all be in that area, and I don't have to worry about like kind of sifting through my stuff. And that's why I kind of like to keep separate piles everywhere. because even when you have drop boxes and stuff, the items are still in play on your map. So it's not like it's going to help with any lag or anything as you get more and more stuff here together. And as you create more stuff out here in the wild when you're cutting stuff down, like your palm frods, your coconuts, you know, stuff you've missed, all that stuff's still going to be in the, you know, it's still in the game, in the map, and your PC stuff will still be calculating that it's there. So it's just having a mess of different items. The only difference is with it up next to your base here, you have ready access to it. You pretty much know what you have. Did I not plant in this? I sure didn't, did I? Not that I watered it anyway, but I didn't plant. Now it is. And they will be done in about 20 hours. So I think I'm going to boogie on over here and grab this last tire and grab this raspberry bush over here if I can without my spade. I think I can. I think potatoes and ginger are the only ones you really need to have a spade for. Okay, so here's the last tire. I don't think I'll be able to use it anytime soon. I'd probably not until I go to the next island, and that's if I like decide to carry it with me to the next island. Either that, or I just need to leave it here and then bring a tire back to use it. So one way or the other, I'm going to have to take a tire from another island to another island, whether it's this one out or another one in. If I can get a drop box built before I set sail, then I can easily take it with me because I won't have nothing in the box on my way out. Okay, yeah, I can harvest this while I'm here. And it does not give you sticks, it just gives you the berries, which you can use for food. So it's not something I grow a lot of, but I will continue to grow it. And of course I keep wanting to collect any pieces of material and stuff that I can while I am here. I don't think I missed anything. Nope. Okay, so grab my tire, and I'm going to start heading back. And even though, like, when I want to build a drop box, I will probably have to run around the island and grab some more of the scrap metal in order to make that happen. Some of my gold shards here are moving around. They made... I think I grabbed everything now. Yeah, looks good. If not, there's gold in other places. Okay, so this tire I don't think I'm going to be needing anytime soon, so I'm going to put it up more this way. Alright, so I've already got 3 pieces of my raft where I won't have to use any wood to make. And if I want to expand beyond that, I can, you know, use wood to expand beyond that. Which I will probably likely do here just to show you how to set up so you can carry logs back in my next episode. But alright, again, I think that is where we are going to leave it. So if you've made it through the whole video, congratulations. Thank you. I hope I have given you some insightful information on how to do this game and some of the easy ways to get started. As you can see, I've already set myself up with a very nice little living space. I have an indefinite amount of food and supplies, and all I can do is add to it from here on out. And so at any time I want, I can sit down Must be a small person though. I don't know. But yeah, I do have a chair. And like I said, I can put stuff up here or whatever as I wish or need to. Um, but I'll get to that later. So, but that is where we're at. So again, I want to thank everybody. I appreciate all the support. Feel free, like I said, like, subscribe. And when I start my next video here, I will be setting it up so that I will be building a raft and going from there. So again, thank you, and I'll catch you on the next one.